Hey y'all, welcome to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger and happy to have y'all here with us today. So today we're going to be making another old-fashioned classic dessert recipe. We're going to make a delicious peach cobbler made with fresh peaches and a homemade crust.
Yeah. Porch boards sway in a slow rhythm. Got the screen door sighing a low hum. That old wood stove is cooking something good. Smell of bacon filling up the neighborhood.
And today's video is being sponsored by RevaHope. Now, they're a company that makes beeswax bowl covers. Now, today we've cut up our peaches for a peach cobbler, and we're going to use one of these bowl covers to cover our peaches up. It's got a stretchable elastic on the inside there, and then you can kind of form it down to make sure that you keep everything sealed. And then you can go into the refrigerator with this. You can even put them in the freezer. Now, Audrey uses it for her sourdough, and this is her sourdough starter. And so she's got one on here because it allows it to breathe and everything. And then also the other great thing about it is that when you get your dough made and you're letting your dough proof, you put the cover over your dough and it will keep the moisture at a level where it needs to be and let your bread rise. So now something else that's really good are these are reusable. Wash them with cold water and a mild soap, and then you just hang them up and you let them dry. What we really like about them is the fact that we don't have to use plastic wrap or aluminum foil on our bowls now. We just take one of these, cover it, go in the refrigerator with it. They're great for leftovers, bread making, especially sourdough. And so I'm going to leave y'all a link in the description. Now, we really like using these because it saves some money on having to buy plastic wrap and aluminum foil. And if y'all have bought any recently, you know how much they are. All right, y'all. So to make this classic peach cobbler, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 1 cup of sugar in this mixing bowl. And then we're going to put 1 cup of flour in. And we're using self-rising flour. And we're going to just kind of incorporate that in, kind of try to get the lumps out of the flour and any lumps that you might have in your sugar. Up a whole milk. And we're going to whisk that milk in. Just get everything good mixed up. And then over here on the stove top, we've got, we're going to use our cast iron skillet for this. You can use a baking dish if you want to, but we're going to use our cast iron because that's the way Grandma would have done it. And we've got some butter melted in that cast iron, and I believe we're about ready to pour that in. All right, so we got that mixed up, so we're just going to pour that right into the skillet. So that's got all of that. We've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees, and now we're going to put our peaches in there. And Audrey says that I just need to spoon these peaches all over the top. So I'm going to listen to what she says and see how that goes. She says, do not stir. Just put them in and sprinkle them all over the top. And she also told me that if you don't have fresh peaches, that you can use one of the cans of peaches. But of course, it's going to be better with fresh peaches than it is with canned. This is looking so good. So we've got the peaches in there, and now we're going to go into this 350 degree oven So while our cobbler is in the oven, let's learn a little bit of history about peach cobbler. So it says, back when the early European settlers arrived in America, they missed the baked fruit pies of home. But they didn't have the ovens, pastry tools, or time to make traditional crusts. So they improvised, dropping rough spoonfuls of biscuit dough over stewed fruit in a cast iron skillet. Because the baked dough on top looked bumpy and uneven, they named it a cobbler, after the rough cobblestone streets of old towns in their home country. While settlers brought the technique, African American cooks in plantation kitchens perfected it, transforming those simple frontier biscuits into a rich, spiced masterpiece. And as for the peaches, even though they started halfway across the world in China, they found their true spiritual home in the rich soils of the American South. Because fresh summer peaches spoil fast, cobbler became the ultimate delicious way to preserve and celebrate peak harvest season. From family reunions to Sunday suppers, that rustic skillet creation became a sweet slice of Southern history. So now we know where peach cobbler came from. Here's our peach cobbler out of the oven after about 35-40 minutes until it turns golden brown on top like this is. So now we're going to let this sit here because I can still hear it bubbling. So we're going to let it sit and cool, and then we're going to give it a taste. So our peach cobbler's been cooling, and it's time to get us some and see how it tastes. All right, so there's a nice little bowl of peach cobbler, and it's still smoking, but we're going to give it a try. All right, guys, I hope that it's as good as it smells because it smells delicious. So here we go. Mm, mm, mm. That's comfort in a bowl right there. It is just exactly the right sweetness. You can taste those fresh peaches. And now some people do put cinnamon or nutmeg in their peach cobbler. It's not something that we have ever done because we just really like the taste of the peaches and the sweetness from the crust and everything. So we don't do that, but you can if you want to. But guys, this is a great peach cobbler. I hope y'all will try it. It's an easy recipe. There's really nothing to it. It's so simple, and it bakes up in no time. And I really think y'all will enjoy it if you give it a try. So, y'all make it for your family, share it with your friends. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Click on that bell, leave us a comment about your memories of peach cobbler back when your granny or your mama made it, and tell us how they did it. And guys, we appreciate y'all being here, and we look forward to doing these videos for you. And can't wait until we get the next one done and send it out there for you to watch. Guys, have a good day. Appreciate you being here.